Hey everybody, shopping nobody else's auto. It is 7:30 Sunday evening. Time for some Sunday night live chat special edition Christmas auction episode. What do you think of that? That was a lot, really quick. Kind of got on a roll. Not really sure what just happened there, but hey, it happened. Anyway, welcome back everybody. Matt's here with us, ready to go. Dad's on. Kevin Brown is here. Neil's here with us. Alan made it tonight. There's Bill Wagaman. Glad you guys are here and ready to go. Let's see if Facebook is going to cooperate tonight. Looks like it is connecting. We'll see if it's going to go or not. Who knows? It's been kind of a crapshoot as of lately. As I mentioned earlier, lots of things going on tonight, and we're going to have the bigger auction as usual. I know you guys have been saving up. We've got a big pile of really cool stuff right here that we're going to be selling tonight. Some cans, some license plates, some toys, some hubcaps. I did promise you guys a decent amount and a cool assortment of hubcaps tonight, and they are ready to go, and they are right over there. There's Kevin L. So all that fun stuff coming up here a little bit later on. We'll work through part of a normal episode and then roll into the auction stuff. There's number one. Frank is here. JP's here. Austin's here. Pete made it. 240 coming in hot. Yeah, that's right. John's here with us. Glad you guys all made it. Looks like we are connecting on Facebook. We'll see how long that lasts, though. Brian Dispatch made it tonight. Perry from Connecticut. Dennis is here. You guys keep coming back week after week. It's great. I can't believe you do, but you still come back and support. There's Big Job. All right. Looks like everybody's on and ready to go. All right. As most of you guys know, there's Leo. Meekum, Kansas City was this weekend. Tractor Mike and I were there all weekend. Kevin L snuck up for a little bit. But and then some of you, some others stopped by and said hi. It was always nice when you guys grab me and say hi for a second and get to put a face to a user ID on here. So that's always a good time as well. There's Andy the Rusty Okie. So anyway, had a great time. We went all 3 days. I was swamped the entire time. It was pretty crazy. Any bad choices? I don't think there's any really bad choices. So had a lot of fun, but I don't think there was too many bad choices. So picked up a 70s porch light up sign this weekend. Something must have got screwed up at Porsche, I assume. That would be a good piece. Briggs made it. But like I said, Kevin L was there. Some of you others stopped me and said hi. I had a lot of stuff going on. Obviously working on the article for Old Cars Weekly, and Kevin gave me a list on that. I already had the Gremlin down, Kevin, but I did get 3 or 4 of the others off of your list that we'll try to get incorporated into the auction coverage for our friends with Old Cars Weekly to be printed in their magazine. Jim's here. Joe's with us on Facebook, so Facebook is at least somewhat working. I had a lot of friends up there this weekend. One of my old professors from Pitt State came up. Got to spend time with him. Saw some of our friends from McPherson College. Jack, Owen, and a bunch of their friends were there. Like I said, just a lot going on. Billy Bowman there. Devin's here. Hey! Yeah, and I've still got some stuff for you, Devin, that I need an address on. I've got some stuff that you paid for that I need to get to you. I assume you've probably been out on a rig since we haven't seen you, but I need to get that stuff to you. Just need an address to get it on the way. But glad you're back, and I hope everything's been going smooth out on the rig. But a lot of my old friends were there. So I saw some guys I hadn't seen in a long time. Our good friend Jim Wicks was there. Did some content with Jim Wicks, as always. Checked out some cool things with him. And, man, it was just a mad rush of a weekend. We did post. Tractor Mike made it. Tractor Mike is here. I figured he'd be too wore out after the way we ran today and this weekend, but he did make it. Sounds great, Devin. Not a problem. Tony's here with us. Whiteout condition. Whew. Plowing in whiteout conditions sounds like zero fun at all. You can keep all that up your way. That is perfectly good with me. Bill Disc. Brett's here. No, didn't drink much beer this weekend. Just had a good time checking out some cars, seeing a lot of friends. I don't know much about them, Andy. They are not very common. I know that. I know make sure the tail lights and all that hard to find stuff is there and intact, because that stuff could be really tough to find. Brett is in Pasadena, Texas tonight, out on the truck. So, like yesterday at Mecum, I literally, Tractor Mike and Alan, they were sitting there hanging out. Addie was sitting there hanging out. I didn't go back and sit down in our chairs till like 3:30 or 4 o'clock. I mean, I was just nonstop all day. Jeff from Ottawa. Yep, no problem, Austin. That happens. So anyway, plus I had friends of mine, a guy I know in Colorado, another guy I know in Oklahoma. They were calling me and say, hey, go check this out. Get me pictures of that. Get me pictures of this. So it was a busy weekend. We did post a lot of content. If you're on Facebook, to the Pittsburgh State University Automotive Technology page, Bob Frisbee, my old professor, he came up and, excuse me. So we posted a lot of stuff. I didn't post much to my Facebook, but we posted a lot to the Pittsburgh State University Facebook page. You can check out some of that content there as well. So just a long weekend, but a lot of fun. What came on? Well, I did buy one car, actually. I think I bought one of the cheapest cars they sold. So we'll have a video coming up on that soon. We actually drove it home today. I drove it, Tractor Mike right behind me for support the whole way. And we made it back. I think we made it back barely. I'm about 90% sure I've got a tire separating. But we made her back, and it's in the shop. So we will absolutely be bringing you some content on that as well. Tractor Mike bought some tractor signs, shockingly. But that was about it. It made it, Tractor Mike. You know that. Lee from New York's here with us. Way Camp. But like I always tell you guys, it's always fun. You hang out with your friends, you know, you get to see a lot of cool cars, you meet some new people, and that's what the hobby's about. And it is one of the best car shows you're ever going to see, because you literally never know what's going to show up. Every year it's different stuff. One thing that is a guarantee that Jim Wicks and Tractor Mike and Alan and I talked about this weekend. We have determined that the only person who has made probably more money than Chevrolet has on Corvettes is Dana Mecum, because they sell an absolute ton of Corvettes. Every auction, they have tons of Corvettes, all different shapes, all different sizes, all different varieties, different colors, different engine combinations, modified stock. Mecum sells a ton of Corvettes. So I think we've decided this weekend that Dana Mecum is the only person that makes as much, if not more money, than General Motors does on Corvettes. And he doesn't have to do any warranty work on them. So he's probably ahead in that aspect. So we've got Tractor Mike and I did a quick live the other night. We didn't mic up or anything, obviously, because it was there again, just a mad dash to try to get some stuff out. So we did get a live up from there. I've got a lot of content that I shot this week, and I'll get a video up. I'll have a video from Mecum of just me walking around checking out some cars. I've got, I think, 3 videos with Jim Wicks. And then we'll do content on what I bought. So we should have about 5 videos coming up as I get them put together from this weekend. So I don't know, Brian. Is anybody else froze or just Brian? But never a bad time. Get to see a lot of cool cars and have a lot of fun. So anyway, that's what happened. Way Camp is good. Big Job is good. So everybody else seems to be pretty good. Nope, Tractor Mike did not go buy the silver scooter. Ronnie's good. Briggs is good. So that's right. Tractor Mike did actually shoot some content while he was following me today too. So I'm going to get that. We'll see if we can stitch that into the video. Tractor Mike helping us out on that as well. 2,000 on the scooter, but Tractor Mike did not buy it. Lewis is here. Oh, and once again, guys, I did click it subscriber only. So if you are not a subscriber for at least 5 minutes, you cannot comment. So I forgot to mention that, as well as, we are dealing with ads, obviously, super chats, trolls. We've gotten a lot of the trolls under control. We've still got Kevin and Pete helping us out with that, but the subscriber button has helped with that. If you're on the Nobody Show Facebook page, I can't see those comments. You need to be on the Nobody Else's Auto page, as this is a shared video from that page, or the Nobody Show YouTube channel for me to see comments. And as always, double check your autocorrect. Make sure that it didn't change your comment into something that I can't comprehend. So anyway, absolutely, Steve. Definitely. That's the great part about this stuff, is getting to say hi to people, putting faces to the name, hanging out with your friends, making new friends. That's what it's about. And you get to do it around a ton. And when I say a ton, I heard they had close to 1,000 cars this weekend, and that would not surprise me if that was 100% true. They may not have had right at 1,000, but they were 800 or 900, I'm sure. Scott's here with us on Facebook, so. Problem with that, Brett's getting it back to Kansas. So anyhow, that was our weekend. Lots of content coming up, obviously. Huge shout out to Tractor Mike for helping out, getting sure we got home today. Hey, there's Nate. Nate made it back. Nate made it tonight. Screwed me up, Nate. That red Maverick, was that the one with the Boss motor in it, Steve? I'm assuming that was a lot of motor in a Maverick. They actually had a Boss 9 in a Maverick. Okay, that's what I thought. That thing definitely stood out, to say the least. So anyway, always awesome to see some of you guys in person and have a good time. It was they had a punch out to a 529 Boss. Anyway, the Nobodies page on Facebook. I haven't looked at it in a day or so. Let's check it out. Hey, Mick made it tonight. Matt's got, that's a killer model kit, Matt. The 55 Chevrolet monogram kit. That's a cool piece. Austin posting. Hey, guess what? Austin's posting Chevy pickups. Shocker. Never saw that coming in a million years, right? Zach got his old 53 out. Like I said, I haven't checked in a couple of days since I've been busy. Kevin. That's a pretty clean looking old Ford, Kevin. 69, 68, 69, something like that. Yeah, I've talked to the guys at Brown. They're good guys. Brown down in Texas. They're good dudes. Andy got some cool pieces. Great DeSoto hood ornament. So, cool stickers. Yep. So, anyway, if you're not on here, get on here. Andy or Zach will let you in, answer the questions. Go to the Nobodies page on Facebook, answer the questions. Zach and Andy will get you in and keep up with some of this stuff. Because like I said, these last 3 or 4 posts, I haven't seen. I've just been, like I said, it's been bananas, to say the least. But anyway, pretty cool stuff. Glad you guys are having fun on there, hanging out, posting your stuff. It's been a great forum. 69 Ford pickup. So anyway, hey Lewis, Be sure to check that page out. If you're not on, jump on there, answer the questions. They will get you in. It's like I said, it's been a great asset to the community and to the group here. And once again, as always, huge shout out to Andy the Rusty Okie and Zach with Whiskey Business Garage for helping maintain and manage that page for all of you guys, because that's who it's for, is for all of you guys. Mark's here with us on Facebook. Yeah, Scott, I bought one card. Mike bought a couple signs. Brian Dispatch, still haven't been able to locate it. That's how it is. If you go to Facebook, Brian, just type it in just like that. That's literally exactly it is. Capital N, capital B, on Nobody's, and answer the questions, and Andy or Zach will get you in. But that's, and maybe that's without the capitalization. I don't know why it isn't finding it, but you guys are still posting on it, so it's apparently still working. So keep trying, Brian. They'll get you in on it. One other thing, and I'm going to ask if Andy's still on. Maybe he can find this, and maybe he can throw this up on the Nobody's page for us. I haven't seen Charles chime in yet tonight. Our good friend Charles Fitz. He's been hanging out with us on here for a long time. He actually lives here in Great Bend, and he helped out with the gathering last April. But are you still on here with us, Andy? Mike from Texas. Yep, there you are, Andy. Hey, can you go to, there's a website called Great Bend Post, and there's a nice article about Charles on Great Bend Post last week. If you could find that and throw that up there for everybody, that would be really killer. Charles is actually starting a new business, and it's really exciting, so we obviously want to support him on that. So if you, it's, let's see what it's called, if I can find it. But it's just greatbendpost.com. And let's see if I can find it again. Bear with me just a second here. I want to try to find this for Andy so you guys can just read the article. Mary's here with us. Oh, yeah, that's right, Brian. If you spell it with a Y, it's not going to find it. So, well, I know I saw it. Okay, just bear with me here just a second so I can get this to Andy, then everybody can read it. So you did find it, Brian. Andy will get you in on that once you fire through the questions. If I can find the day, then I can have Andy go get this and get it posted for us. December 5th. December 5th on Great Bend Post, Andy. Pirate-themed coffee trailer. If you can find that, then Charles has been on one. We did have Charles on once. So if you can find that, throw that up, Andy. The link to that, I would sure appreciate it. So that way everybody can check out what Charles has got going on. Like I said, he's been here with us a long time. Great guy. Helped out with the gathering last year. So really want to keep you guys up to speed with what he's got going on. So let me know if you can't find that, Andy. And we'll go ahead and keep rolling here. So be sure to check out that article about our good friend Charles after Andy gets it posted. What else are we going to do tonight? We'll talk about some new inventory. I believe it or not, I had a handful of vehicles come in like last Sunday and Monday right before I left. David's here. And we'll catch a promo model, and then we'll get ready to start working into some auction items. So anyway, what did come in right at the end of the week? Like, I usually work up the episode on Friday or Saturday night. So some of this stuff came in. Yep, that's it, Rusty. Andy, that's about our good friend Charles. That is the correct address, Mark, 522 Morton. That's my shop in town. That's where I always get my mail. Like the yard, like I was with me being at Mecum all week, that stuff laid there all week. The 522 Morton address is where I'm going to get it. There is no actual list rider because it changes every week. And just like what we're getting ready to go into right now, this is stuff that came in the 2 days before I left for Mecum earlier from like 5 o'clock last Saturday till 5 o'clock Monday when I left for Mecum. So new inventory that came in right there in that window. 75 Chevy full-size van, 74 Galaxy, 81 Malibu 4-door, and a 46 Mercury coupe. So the Chevy van, no motor or tranny or grill, but the rest of it's pretty much there. The 74 Galaxy, that was actually kind of cool. Awesome, Rusty. Andy, I appreciate that. So check that out, guys. When you get a minute, go back to the Nobodies page and check out the great article about our good friend Charles and his new business venture. It's always exciting when, and we always want to support our own people, our friends, the people that support us. So, auction company I work for will be auctioning a 27,000 mile, 167 Mustang Coupe in Omaha. Sounds like an interesting car. So anyway, yeah, there's not much left of this one, Briggs. It's pretty much a rolling body with doors. That's about it. But not much left of that Mercury coupe. Now, the good thing about it is where that came from, and I've got a ton of content to share with you guys. It came from a guy that I knew that I dealt with for years. He passed away, and his son is kind of regrouping the property. So I ended up with, well, not everything is here yet, but about 15 cabs, 3 or 4 trucks, and a ton of parts. So before he brought this Mercury over, he stuffed the entire thing full of parts. I bought some pickup beds. They stacked the pickup beds full of parts. I mean, there is tons of sheet metal, and the bulk of it is Ford pickup. That's kind of what this guy specialized in. The cabs are a little bit of everything, but most of the loose sheet metal is Ford pickup. Awesome, Andy. Appreciate that. So go check out our article about our good friend Charles and his new business venture. Do not have any Model A coupe bodies at all right now, Ronnie. The only thing I've got one sedan, a mostly complete sedan, and then I've got a couple of just cowls and frames with VINs and titles. So, but do not have any coupe bodies at all right now. I don't have any Subarus, Ryder, because anything Asian like that, I just smash it. Hondas, Nissans, Toyotas, Subarus, anything like that, I just smash them. Do not have any Stereons or Conquests either. They did not have any good original neon. They had some new neon, but they didn't have any original pieces at Mecum this weekend. How about a promo model? And then we'll be ready to I assume you guys just want to start working into auction stuff. I don't know. That's up to you. We need to talk about the raffle a bit and do the promo, and then we're going to work into the auction stuff. Balin Wire made it tonight. So let's catch a promo model. Let's talk a little bit about the raffle, and then we're going to work straight into some auctions. Tonight's promo model. That's right, Bill. We're running a little bit behind. Apologize for that, guys. Let's just get you rolling on a double whammy right out of the gate. Got too excited about what we got going on tonight. Tonight's promo model, another Chevrolet out of the amazing, yes, it is the big auction night tonight, Brian. Another one out of the amazing Chevrolet promo collection that was auctioned off a couple of months ago in north central Kansas that Dad and I went to. Wow, this is, I just saw something that's, it's really almost insignificant, but it's kind of cool to really nail home the condition of these cars. Tonight, going with another G-body. We did an El Camino, G-body El Camino last week. Tonight, we're going to do another G-body, the 1978 Monte Carlo. This, from near as I can tell, color-wise, was dark camel metallic. It is just kind of a medium brown, and it definitely does have metallic in it. There goes the hearts. Love the hearts. Now, one thing I just noticed, now obviously, as with the pretty much everything in the Chevrolet collection that we got, condition is second to none. Original tires, original wheels, bumpers, lights, everything. Yeah, we hope you hang in there too, Brian. Well, stay tuned. We'll have more. There's plenty of new content coming up on new inventory of the Rusty cars. Front of this thing is amazing. But one thing I just noticed, and I don't even know if you guys will be able to see this or not. There is still a little string right here. That's a little string of plastic from when this was molded. It's tucked up underneath there. That's how untouched and unmolested these promos are. Inside, it does have buckets, console, floor shift. Bottom side, as always, just pretty much one basic piece with everything molded into it. Jeff agrees with me on the color. It's kind of tough when you're trying to look at an old color chip and trying to compare it to the promo, but I do think from what I could tell that this was dark camel metallic. So, and of course, as always, it does have the catalytic converter shown clearly. Totally VW made it. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're here. And once again, just amazing original condition on this 78 Monte Carlo. Kind of crazy to think that is a 46-year-old plastic promo in that condition. I did not polish this or anything. I did dust this one slightly, and that's all I did to this thing. So there's tonight's promo in dark camel metallic, the 1978 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. So anyway, let's talk just for a second about the raffle. This month, you're going to get your choice. The Marks race car. Missing the little dude, but still has really killer graphics on this Big 10 Marks race car. This month's raffle sponsored in part by Rangeline Antique Mall, Joplin, Missouri. It was a Friction, but the Friction is not here. Alex here with us. Alec Blanchett jumped on Facebook. Glad you made it, Alec. 54 Metro Grill. I've got a couple of Metropolitans. I think they're newer than that, but which wagon was that, Glenn? As well as the Japanese 10 sightseeing bus. Yeah, but I don't remember. I'm trying to remember what Ventura wagons they ever even made. I don't remember anything that was there. Or the dump truck. or I guess stake bed truck. The cab over style stake bed truck. So pretty cool raffle. There goes the hearts again. 3 names coming out of the Big Buick Oil Can. 2 choices. The third name out's going to get whatever's left. But the nice part about it is there really isn't a bad piece in the batch. So now, as far as this week, it's actually maybe he did because it is dented a little bit on the top. If you look closely, it is kind of dented a little bit right there. So maybe he started to stomp on it. So anyway, obviously with me being gone all week, I got the guys that paid Sunday night, Austin and Randy with the Nut Farm, are in. And if anybody else paid later this week, I haven't even messed with them yet. And of course, Waycamp has got his in there since he got 10 of his put right back in to the Big Buick Oil Can from last week, since he was the 4th name out. The last name out, the 4th name always starts off the next month's raffle. And we put those right back into the Big Buick Oil Can. The last name out, the 4th name out of the can gets 10 entries right back into the next one. So Waycamp is already in and ready to go. So anyway, I guess we're ready to start auction stuff. I'm going to put this race car back up here out of the way. Actually, I'll just put it over here. Okay. Hudson badge. So we ready to go tonight, guys? We ready for an extended auction time? I've got all kinds of stuff scattered out all over here. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of interesting stuff. Hope you guys been saving your money. And watch out for the snipers tonight, because I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of cheap shots taken right at the end. And that's something else I want you to remind everybody of. Oh, that 61 Tempest wagon. Yeah, it brought like 30 grand. That's pretty easy to avoid when you ain't got 30 grand. Makes it real simple, Glenn. Keep feeding these badges to you. We're going to get ready for the auction. There's some cool stuff tonight. So I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of shots taken right at the very end. So when you're getting ready to take your last shot, it better be your max bid, because you're probably going to get taken out the way things are going to be looking here. I almost guarantee it. It's probably going to be a pretty tough night, but that's because there's really cool stuff. It was cheap for the build, but when you don't have 30 grand, it doesn't matter. So. Yeah, you always gotta weigh that stuff, don't you, Matt? There's the Nut Farm just in time. Glenn put his high power scope on tonight, and Glenn's got some pretty nice guns. So if he pulled out the high power scope, you guys better watch out. Oh, I forgot. We touched on it a little bit too on Toy Tuesday on Wednesday night. If you guys weren't there, I also stopped by another guy's house that I know on the way to Kansas City. The whole back of Dad's truck is full of new old stock Mopar. And there's actually a couple of cans out of there down here right now tonight, and they are knockout cans. Knockout cans. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll go ahead and get ready. Gray Kitty, what are you doing? Hey, Gray Kitty. Meow. What are you doing over there? Meow. You going to come over here? What? Meow. That's right, Brian. You definitely watch the delay. Everybody has a delay. So, as always, we'll do a quick rundown. We may have some new guys on here. Not really sure how things are going. We're going to have a little bit different mix tonight. So we're going to go ahead and run through everything, even though I know most of you guys have heard this before. We will hold up a piece. We'll look at that piece. We may talk about that car. We'll point out any defects, flaws, things like that in that particular piece. We'll give you some dimensions on it. Gibble gas. Do not have any gibble gas cans. After we get done describing the piece, I will put on a timer right here on my phone. We will go 2 minutes. I keep the timer right here next to the computer, right next to the comments, and I also got to keep an eye on Facebook. I will give you a notification at the 1 minute mark when we were at the halfway point. I will also give you a notice when we are at the minute 30 mark, when we've hit a minute 30. When I see 200 on my phone, I will announce the winner as the high bidder that I can see on one of my screens. I do realize sometimes you guys do see something a little bit different from time to time, but all I can go by is what is on my screen as the maximum bid. So, we got some really good stuff, but it is all small stuff, so shipping will be included on pretty much all this stuff. We'll just roll it in on everything we've got tonight. We don't have anything really big or bulky, but we've got some really cool stuff. So we'll start off with a few smaller pieces. As always, on the first few items, I will announce all bids as I see them. Big Red here. No Bitcoin, no IOUs. That's right. Check, money order, Western Union, PayPal, friends and family. Those all work just fine. Anywhere in the shipping's included anywhere in the 48 states. If you're a non-U.S. buyer, that's fine, but you have to figure out how to get me paid in U.S. funds, and you're responsible for any transaction and transfer fees, as well as shipping out of the U.S. So, we've got to keep it fair for everybody. This thing kind of feeds itself, and if we spend a fortune shipping 3 packages out of the country, it kind of torpedoes it for everybody. So that's kind of the only fair way to do it, to keep it equal for everybody. And that's right, Randy. That's great. I'm glad you brought that up. It's fun. And that's right, Tweely D. Please hold dollar amounts only. Sometimes it gets pretty busy, and there's some stuff tonight where the bids are going to get pretty busy. I don't have time to look for 50 cents or 75 cents on there. And to be honest with you, some of the stuff tonight, if you're going at $1 at a time, especially at the end, you're probably going to get sniped anyway. Martin's here with us. I did get your check. Well, your check was here, Martin, when I got back today, and so was Kevin's, by the way, guys. So, Hudson Badge. So we'll go ahead and get started. I will announce all the bids on the first few pieces so you guys get a feel for where you are at. And let's have some fun tonight, guys. Looking forward to it. We've got some really killer stuff. We'll see how things go. Like I promised you guys, a nice assortment. 6 or 7 hubcaps. Same on plates, some toys, some cans, a couple of killer grease caps. And so, pretty exciting stuff. Let's get rolling. Where do we want to start? We'll start off with a few smaller pieces. I want you guys to get a feel for where delays are at tonight. Drum roll. All right. Let's go ahead and get ready to boogie. Nut Farm's got the targets out. We got some grease caps that I'm pretty sure the Nut Farm's probably going to dig tonight. I think we'll start off with a small assortment of toys. Tony's here. Glad you made her back tonight, Tony. Alex going to give it his best 1-2 punch, so Let's have another Hudson badge. And let's get rolling into a handful of small toys to get started tonight. How about some boats? Two of these do not have a name on them. One of them does. The first one from the Thomas Toy Company, Newark, New Jersey. These are little plastic, probably 60s era ships. These are probably little kid bathtub toys. I think they're super cool. The first one here, kind of like an ocean liner look, cruise liner look. And it is about 6.5 inches long. The next one looks like kind of a, I don't know, a tug or something. All plastic. Still got the snout on the front. Does not have a name on it, though. Thought that was kind of odd. It's about 6 inches long. Bathtub battleships, that's right. So this one's about 6 inches. They're kind of cute little dudes. This one, a cabin cruiser. Actually, they do have a name on it. I just missed it. Idea Toy. This cabin cruiser here. Got the life preservers up there. These are Idea Toys. These last two. It even has an anchor on it. Right there, Idea Toy. Same with this tugboat one, kind of. If you can get the light just right, you see the Idea Toy right up there on the bow. So the cabin cruiser also probably about 6, I'm guessing. Yep, right at 6 on the cabin cruiser. Play McHale's Navy or Gilligan's Island. Yep. I guess you could like knock a hole in the side of this and paint the SS Minnow on the side of it. Have Christmas music playing. Don't think we need that. So, who likes toy boats? Like I said, I'm guessing these are 60s era. Glenn's saying late 50s, early 60s is what he's thinking on the selection of bathtub battleships. So Glenn remembers them. So he's saying late 50s, early 60s. So let's go ahead and get rolling on the bathtub battleship collection. Like I said, we're starting off with some lower dollar stuff to kind of get things rolling and give you guys an idea of where the delays are at to get things started tonight. So when we get into some of the better stuff, everybody's got an idea of where we're at. Big Job 5, Tweedledee 5. So everybody wants to be 5 on them. Great Kitty, what are you doing? And I do have stuff kind of scattered out tonight, guys. So bear with me as I'm grabbing things because I do have stuff laid out kind of in different areas so I can kind of see what I want to grab next and when I want to grab it to kind of keep a mix going. Kevin at 7. And there's the 1 minute mark. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left. Kevin at 7. We're getting ready to wind this one up. Big Job at 8, and that does it. Big Job snuck that in right at about the 159 mark. So you better watch out for Big Job tonight. So we'll put those in his box. Let's get a license plate snuck in here as we're moving along. Going up north of me, at least. Maybe some of you guys are up. Maybe some of you guys are from here, and it's not north for you. But how about the great state of Illinois? You can have all of it, Tony. 1953 Illinois. I don't think we've ever done one of these. If we have, maybe we've done one, but it's kind of an odd plate. It's kind of a creamy tan with burgundy type numbers and letters. All stamped in here from Illinois in 1953. We can see some ripple marks from the stamping, which is kind of odd. The 1953 all clearly stamped in. It's not really peach, not really tan, not really pink. Not really sure what it is color-wise. Does have one small hole up here, an extra one, but for the most part, still in pretty decent shape with good colors. It is a roughly standard size plate, it seems like. Well, it's actually not quite 12. It's barely over 11. About 11 1/4 by 5 3/4. So a little bit smaller than our normal standard size plate. Going back to Illinois for 1953. So let's go ahead and get ready to roll on the 1953 Illinois plate. Come on, phone. All right, here we go. Tony at 10. Mark, 11. Alec, 12. Just past the 1 minute mark, minute left to go. Martin, 14. Dennis, 20. And there's the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. Dennis at 20. About ready to wind this one up. I've got Dennis at 20. Tony, 22. And that does it. Tony at 22. All right, another small group of badges here. Then we're going to catch a cap, and then we're going to kind of start moving along here. We're going to have some fun tonight, guys. We're starting off with some of the smaller stuff. We're going to have some fun here in a little bit. Kenny's here. How about a Buick badge bundle? For our Buick fans, a small Tri-Shield This is just a small plastic tri-shield, probably late 70s. About 1 3/4 inches in diameter. So just a small tri-shield on here. This next one is a nice original metal housing plastic insert tri-shield. This is a flat mount emblem. You can do a lot with it. 2 studs on it. You can kind of bolt it really anywhere because it pretty much lays flat. Big Job 5. It's about 2.5 inches across on here. The overall height, which is kind of weird because of the way this thing sits, it's almost 4 inches tall from here down to the lowest tip. And going with the Buick badge, the Buick emblems, is a Buick grease cap. This one has some discoloration and some corrosion on it, but there again, the cool part about it right here where you want it to be, where you can clearly make out the Buick, is there and easy to read, and that's what you want to see. Let's get this one rolling. Big Job starting us off at 5, and then I'm going to do some more digging around here, see what else we want to grab next. We should probably grab a cap next. I got to go get some caps here in a bit because they're over there. Like I said, I kind of got this stuff spread out tonight so I can kind of see where I want to go, when I want to go there. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. Big Job, our only guy on the Buick badges. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Alec, 10. Randy at Nut Farm, 10. I had Alec first. I've got Alec at 10. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Alec at 10. Just a second before the Nut Farm. As we're getting close to the end, about ready to wrap this one up. Nut Farm, 15. Matt at 12. I got Nut Farm at 15. And that does it. Nut Farm at 15. All right, let me go over here and grab a cap. First cap of the night. We've done 1 or 2 of these in the past. I did come up with another one. So we're going to go ahead and work it in first 4 hours. Chevrolet fans. This particular cap, I believe it's like 57 to 59 pickup. These are good looking caps. The tri-shields, I believe, were originally painted blue. These have been painted over. This cap has been repainted. It's got some dings and dents, but no serious damage. Had the big cone right in the middle with the bow ties. Still got tri-shields on the brain. All around the outside perimeter. Boom, right there. Some chipping from the rock chips and stuff over the years on there. The back side of it still clean. Not rotted away. The ring is still there. Big Job at 10. Diameter on this one, like I said, I think it's a 1/2 ton. right at 10 inches in diameter on this Chevy pickup hubcap. Let's see. Brett at 5. I've already got Big Job at 10. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the timer and get going. You guys think about this. I'm going to peek over here and see what we want to do next. There you go, Nut Farm. You guys keep getting thirsty. We'll keep sliding them in there. Big Job at 10 as we're coming up on the 1 minute mark. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Almost to the minute 30 mark. Big Job's the only one we got. Well, we had Brett at 5, then Big Job at 10. But Big Job at 10. There's a minute 30 mark, 30 seconds left. Big Job at 10. About ready to wrap it up. Big Job at 10, and that's going to be it. Pete, 17. And that did it. Pete got that in at about 157, and that was it. Pete at 17. Okay, we're going to do another toy that I really hate to sell. I bought a big batch of toys at Springfield. And I told myself I'm going to keep part of them and I'm going to sell part of them. Well, the more I look at them, the more I like them. But I was like, I got to sell some of them. So I'm going to sell a couple of them tonight. And I'm not real happy about it, but I'm going to do it because I told myself I'm going to do it. And I want you guys to get some of this cool stuff. This is probably late 30s. Trying to read the brand if I can get the right Just Light. Arcor Toys Made in the USA. I think it's Arcor. A-R-C-O-R is what it looks like to me. Late 30s piece. Kind of a generic one. Doesn't specifically say a brand on it. Birch Adventures made it by. This is one of the hard rubber toys from the late 30s, early 40s. And the condition on this thing is killer. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of selling it, but I got to sell some of these. So here we go. This is just a small sedan, but this is 80-plus-year-old hard rubber original toy. Look at this thing. The rear axle is loose. It's got one of the rear axle mounts is chipped here. Tweedledee D at 10. When it's sitting flat, it's fine. But when you pick it up, this axle is loose. If we look under here, we can see down in here where it says the Arcor Toys. I don't know if you guys will be able to make it out or not. Made in the USA. Big Job 20. But this thing is a killer. Considering this thing is probably pushing 90 years old. You know, it's probably 80 to 85 years old. Still looks this good. Let me give you a dimension on it. 4 3/4 inches long. So it's 4 3/4 bumper to bumper on this late 30s, early 40s Arco Toys hard rubber car. Now, this one axle mount is broke, but the tires all do look original. So anyway, we got Big Job at 20. I guess we're going to roll with it. Let's go. Let's get on it. Let's get her on the timer and go with it. Does kind of look like a 38 Buick. Yeah, it's a cool piece. It really is. And really has pretty decent detail. You can see the side moldings that are cast into it. The door handles are cast into it. You see the moldings around the windows. That's right, kind of Dick Tracy looking thing, yeah. Considering it was just a hard rubber molded piece, there's pretty darn decent detail in it. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Big Job at 20. And there's the minute 30 mark. You don't see these in this condition very often at this age. We're coming down to the last few seconds. Nothing going on. Been complete crickets. It's like your last alignment job. Yep. Big Job at 20. And he got it done for that. Wow. That kind of surprised me. License plates. I got kind of a cool pair of plates. Going north again to not Illinois, but to a different state. This is a pair, a 37 and then a 38. And what's cool about it is the way this state did them. They flip-flopped the colors in those 2 years. 1 year was silver with black. 1 year was black with silver. Unfortunately, they're not matching plates. That'd be really cool if they were the same number of plates. But go to our friends up north from Minnesota. In 1937, Minnesota used a silver plate with black letters. Now, these are a long, narrow plate similar to the Kansas plates of the 30s. There goes my hearts. I love the hearts. Just a river of hearts. That's awesome. These plates, 14.5 by about 4.5. Nut Farm, 20. Bert's Adventures, 15. We're only halfway there, guys, because, yes, there's something else going with it. Bert, 22. In 1938, Minnesota flip-flopped it and went to a black background with silver numbers. Tweedledee, 25. I thought, you know what? This is really pretty cool. These two should stay together. We're going to sell them together. They are basically the same size plate. Glenn, 30. So kind of a cool matched pair, being alternating colors between the 2 years, 1937 and 1938, from the state of Minnesota. But wait, that's right, 35 from the Nut Farm, and we're on the timer, and I need to find my fly swatter because this thing needs to die. So I hope you guys agree. I thought it was a cool pair, the way they flip-flopped the colors in the 2 years. Glenn, 37. The fly is literally on the camera. I can't hit it because it is on the camera right now. Mark Tellen, 36. Mark Kirk, 40. Tweedly D, 38. Mark Kirk at 40 is in the lead right now. Get off my camera. Oh, yeah. Did I get him? I don't know. I know he's being annoying. Mark Kirk at 40 is the current high bid. You're getting both of them. Glenn, 42. That's right. I told you guys we were working towards some better stuff. Just past that 1 minute mark. Nut Farm at 45. You saw a wing. Well, hopefully that's all that's left of him, but 100%. That's right. We're in 100%. And there's the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. Nut Farm at 45. I bet there's a 50 out there somewhere, Big Job, because these are pretty. It's just a cool deal. When I was going through some plates, I was like, that's just kind of neat. I like the way they did that. We got a few seconds left to go, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that 50. But we will know here in a few seconds. I've got the Nut Farm at 45. And that got it done. Nut Farm at 45. Figured there'd be somebody hiding in the wings to take that shot. There was Kenny at 46. Just a few seconds too late. That could be it. Wake Camp, they just had a lot of paint left over, and they couldn't paint them the same. That actually could very well be it. How about something we haven't done in a little while? We'll see what you guys think. If you guys want to do some more of these or not, I've still got some to sell. And we haven't done them in a while. The tote of them kind of got stuck back in the corner. Alec had a 50 in there. It just was late. So Alec had a 50 in there. Kenny had a 46 in there. So Nut Farm got out of that one by the skin of his teeth. One thing we haven't done in a while. Ooh, there he is. He was behind my notepad. We did get him. Good. Get that situation handled. Put this back away for the next time. Matchbooks. How about a whole box? We'll just sell the whole box. Yeah, like I said, it definitely popped up late, Alec. I was keeping an eye on both of them, and I don't have any idea what's in here. I did see a couple car ones. I do know. I did see a Phillips in here. Bert, 15. And there's a Ford in here somewhere that I saw. I didn't go through all of them. Went through about half of them. 68 Ford. Yeah, Mark hasn't been on in a while. I will cut the matches out of these. I don't like shipping these with the matches, even though they're probably not any good. I will cut the match heads off of these before I ship them. Jack and Jill, Food Center, Co-op. I don't know how many's in here. 2, 3, 4 dozen. Who knows? The whole box. The whole box. You get to sort through it. You get to see what else is in there. Bert's at 15. Screw the Co-op. Yep. I figured that'd get a reaction out of Tractor Mike. Let's go ahead and roll with it. You get the whole box of matchbooks. Whoa. Pick them back up. Drop something there. Where'd it go? I'll find it. It slid under the desk too far. Joyland Amusement Park. Great for setting points. True. And I'm going to ship them to you in the Carino Perfecto cigar box as well. You're going to get the cigar box and the whole shooting match. Everything in there. We've had a lot of fun with these in the past, so I figure we'd see what you guys think of some of these. Like I said, I will cut the match heads off of them. Let's see what else we got in here. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. McDonald's service, Phillips 66, be an accountant. Lairs Hotel, Modern Motel. Yep, the box is included, the whole shooting match. Bird at 15 as we're coming up on the minute 30 mark. KU, minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left. So whatever's there is there. The Westview Motel, you get all of it. Bird at 15, we're coming down to the wire, getting ready to wind it down. Allen 20. Austin 20. I had Allen first. Austin 22 at 200. You had 0 time. In fact, if you'd laid it a half a second, it would have been way past it. Austin at 22 by like that much. We need to get some cans worked in here too, don't we, guys? All right. I've not heard from Mark Falcon in quite a while. I have not. Several months ago, he did tell me that he had some scheduling changes and he had some stuff going on Sunday nights. I don't know if that's still true or not, but that was last I heard. Nope, no parking meters tonight, Tweedledee. This can, not a real rare one. In fact, I think this one is a rerun. It's been laying in here for a few weeks now. It is metal, no barcode, probably 60s era. It is full, so I'll drain it if I ship it. If you're a pickup box, I can put it in your box, and I won't drain it on this Quaker State quart. Great colors, good-looking can. The top is a little rough on it, but you can still see the graphics on it. Mary's jumping off tonight. Nope, no mobile cans tonight, but we got some more killer cans coming up. So these aren't extremely rare, but this one displays very nicely with a great shine. Glenn at 10. We'll go ahead and get things boogieing here. Well, I can wake my phone back up. There we go. On the metal Quaker State Court, like I said, no barcodes on this. So maybe early 70s. There's the seam on the metal part of it. But a good-looking can. Mark at 12. Yeah, if it's got to be shipped, I'll poke 2 small holes in the bottom of them, just like an ice pick, just boop, boop. And then I just let them sit there and drain for a day or two. So, yep, I don't, even though this one is a little bit boogered up on the top, I wouldn't punch the top of it, no. Because if you want to display it, you want it to look good. Mark at 12. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. '64 was start of the barcode. Well, this doesn't have one, so that's good. Yep, they're a good-looking can. Brian can attest to it since he's got it, but it's a good-looking can. This one has great colors on them. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Mark at 12. Coming out of the wire, about ready to wrap it up. Mark at 12. And that does it. Mark at 12. Oh, another cap. So we got some good caps coming tonight. This one is 60s era stainless, but it's really unique. I thought it was kind of cool, so I thought I'd throw it up there, see what you guys think. I was thinking it was 70s, but I could be wrong. But this cap, I'm pretty sure, is 60s, and it's kind of a sporty type looking small cap from our friends at Rambler. We've done some Rambler caps, but this one's kind of unique. It's like a slotted cap, like a slotted mag type look on this Rambler small cap. It is stainless. Dimensions on it. There you go, Mark. Get excited. 10 inches in diameter on the slotted mag style Rambler cap. I'm guessing maybe these were, yeah, in fact, it looks like there's still some traces. Maybe these slots were black originally. And I'm wondering if it wasn't red around the R. Regardless, if you painted the slots black and painted the background red around the R, it would be pretty cool regardless. Yeah, Kenny, it is a clean little cap, good-looking little cap, and something kind of different and unique with the mag style slots in this Rambler cap. Birds at 8, and as we hit the timer. Nut Farm 10 as we hit the 1 minute mark. Yeah, it would. Nut Farm at 10, coming up on the minute 30 mark. Bird 11. And there's the minute 30 mark. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Tweedledee 15. Nut Farm 16. Few seconds left. Tweedledee 17. Kevin 24. Bert 17. And that does it. Kevin at 24. Exactly what we talked about earlier, guys. And this is going to happen some more if we get into some of this other stuff. When it comes down to the end, if you're going $1 at a time, you're probably going to get sniped. And perfect example of it right there. Kevin waiting in the wings, and boom, comes in with a knockout punch of 24. And it is a cool one. It is different, that's for sure. Just make sure I got my notes here caught up and current. All right. That's part of it, Tweedledee, just having a good time. Okay, let's go to an early toy. I don't know much about this. It's a little bit, the finish is a little bit rough, but we're going early cast iron. On this, I don't know what brand it was, but it's a bus. Probably 20s, maybe early 30s era on this cast iron bus. This thing is really cool. It's pretty heavy. You can see the surface rust on it. There goes the hearts. Awesome. 74. Okay, that makes more sense. This bus is not busted up. All the wheels appear to be originals. Does still have the driver over here on the side, as well as the passenger in the other side. This thing with a quick bead blasting and a fresh coat of paint would be killer. But I do believe to be an original piece that's going to be, if it's early 30s, it's probably 90 years old, maybe a little older than that. Length on this bus is right at 6 inches by about 1 3/4 inches. It's about 6 inches long, about 1 3/4 inches wide. So I don't know if this could be considered like an arcade type piece, but it's a very unique piece. You see the spare on the back. Driver has rigor mortis. Yeah, they're not moving very quick in there. But this thing, I bet this thing weighs a couple pounds. And it's only 6 inches long. So anyway, Pete started us off at 15. It's a cool piece. And here, let's get her on the timer and get going. Glenn, 20. Can't find any markings on this thing, Kenny. You know, even trying to catch the light on the bottom side of it. I mean, just not really much of anything. We can see where the rivet was driven in it. This is the rivet that holds it together. We can definitely see some age on it. The head of the rivet over here, but I just don't see any maker's mark whatsoever on this thing. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Glenn at 20. No problem, Kenny. Briggs, 22. Minute 30 gone. 30 seconds left to go. Briggs at 22 as we're coming down to the wire on this one. Few seconds left. Briggs 22. Nut Farm 25. Pete 23, and that does it. Nut Farm at 25. I'm assuming that was a 23, Tweedly D. Nut Farm at 25. Tweedly D had a 30 in there, just didn't quite get it in time. Up next, we got a really cool plate. It's a little bit rough, but it's super cool. I don't even have one. This is one I kind of had to debate about whether I wanted to let it go or not, but I really don't have anything else around it. And we're going back a few years. Going back 93 years, almost 94 years. The bus is great. It really is. And we're heading out west to California. 1931 California. Check this one out, guys. This one is super cool. Now, it does have some age and some wear to it. Now, this is original paint. You can still make out, obviously, the numbers very clearly. The CAL and the 31, pretty much missing all the paint on it. The back of the plate, surface rust, but we can see the edges all the way around here intact where it's not rotted away. Good idea, Nut Farm. It's kind of an odd sized plate. It's 14 like the narrow Minnesota ones we looked at, but this is still a full 6 inches tall. So it's 14 by 6 on this 1931 California plate. Good looking piece. Bert starting us off at 12. These can't be too easy to find, and here we go. Briggs, 15. Bert's at 19. Several bids pop up there at one time. Bert at 19 is where we're at as of right now. Martin at 20. Incoming, yeah. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Froze on TV and the phone. Everybody else doing okay? Are we starting to freeze up again? Martin at 20. Pete's good. Few seconds left. Martin at 20. We're coming out of the wire. These don't pop up that often. What's going to happen here? Big Job 22. And that did it. Big Job got her done. Tony had something, but it didn't come through. Matt had a 25. Tony had a 22. Mark had a 24. Whew. Big Job barely snuck out. There was, 6 more bids hung in there? Big Job at 22 got it done. I thought it sounded a little cheap, but that's why, because there was a whole bunch of them hung up in there. All right, how about another killer piece? Going back to grease caps. We got a couple grease caps tonight, but they're not your normal grease caps. I think we did one of these a while back, but it's been like years, like a few years ago since we've done one of these. I came up with another one. It's in pretty decent shape for its age. I love these caps. This is a great looking cap. They're all killer. Well, how about your own Auburn grease cap? Yep. This is a used original. The background behind the Auburn would have been black. This center stripe was originally red. This has a few dingies in it, but nothing real serious. Tweedledee at 30. It is internal thread like most of these. We can see where the rest of that, where that's all stamped in the back of it. Pretty killer piece. The only reason I'm even selling it is I've got it in old stock since I got it from Doug at Auburn Cord Duesenberg. So this one, you guys get a shot at. Tweedledee come out swinging at 30. It's about 3 1/4 across the face. About 3 1/4 across the face on the Auburn grease cap. Tweedledee start us at 30. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. Uncle Shaggy's here. There goes the hearts. Everybody loves this one. This one might be interesting. Tweedledee starting us off at 30. A lot of interest in it. Good looking cap. Not beat up. A brand you don't see very often. Let's see what happens. And I'm actually out of stuff on the desk. I better start paying attention to what we need to grab next. We're going to need grab another cap. We're going to need to grab another can. Grab this can. Man, it is absolute crickets. Absolute crickets. Tweedledee starting us at 30, and it is absolute crickets out there. Nut Farm at 50 as we hit the 1 minute mark. Nut Farm making an even bigger statement. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. We'll see if the Nut Farm delivered the knockout blow or if there's anybody else in there going to be swinging. Yeah, that's the other thing, Glenn. It's in good shape. Few dings and dents around the outside perimeter, but I mean, this thing's 90 years old. Few seconds left. We're coming out of the end. I've got the Nut Farm at 50. Pete, 56. Mark, 60, and that got it done. Mark at 60. Nut Farm came back at 65, and it was too late. I figured that one might get kind of interesting. Let me grab a couple more pieces, guys. Hudson badge. Whoops, I dropped it. All right. Let's do something we haven't done in a long time. I've still got a few extras of these, not much. It's been a long time since we've done one. But how about an enamel badge? One of the 20s era enamel badges. They're so hard to find anymore, and they're so hard to buy that I haven't been coming up with them, but I've got a few extras. I've got a couple set out for tonight. This one's got a pretty decent chip in it, but still a beautiful badge on this Buick. This is one of the bigger ones. These come in about 3 different sizes. This particular badge, from the curve of the B to the tip of the K, is about 2 3/4. Burt 15. That's about 2 inches tall. This is an original 20s era. This one was actually screwed on. It was stud mount instead of pressed. You all right there, Nut Farm? Big Red at 30. We can see where it's cast in the back. This one does have a good sized chip in it right here. But other than that, great colors, beautiful piece. And like I said, these things are just getting so hard to find and so hard to buy when you do find them that we just haven't come up with much lately. Let's go ahead and get this one on the timer and get rolling on the enamel Buick badge. I've got Big Red at 30. Yes, it does. It does have great colors. Have many mostly missing the enamel, yeah. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Big Red at 30. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Mark, 35. You could be right, Big Job. We're going to know in a few seconds. Mark at 35. This one's ticking away, ticking away, ticking away. And that did it. Mark at 35. There they go. Big Red 41. Tony 38. So there were more shots in there. They just didn't get here in time. All right, how about another quart can? This one has had the top cut completely out of it. It's got some scuffs and scratches. Does still have a nice finish. It is a metal can from our friends at the Conoco Corporation. Continental Oil Company, Super Motor Oil, heavy duty. Yes, Kenny, it was a great badge. Speaking of badges, let's have one of these. This is a metal can. Here's the seam on it right there. We can see the seam inside of it as well since the top's cut out. Great pen holder. Does have some scuffs and scratches. Is that a scuff or is that some dirt right here? Big Red at 20. Yep, just a little spot of dirt. Clean that off there real quick. Don't want that to distract from the Conoco. Even though the top is cut out, the bottom is intact, and it also says Continental Oil Company stamped right into the bottom of it. Information on the back. And Conoco and Conoco. So we got Big Red at 20. Let's get this thing on the timer and go. Taking away, coming up to the 1 minute mark, Big Red at 20. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left on the Conoco court. When it's all crickets, you start getting a little nervous. Coming out of the wire, last few seconds left. Big Red going to get this done with one bid. No, Pete, 26. And that did it. Pete got that in there at about the 158 mark and got it done, Pete, at 26. How about another cap? We all like caps, right? How about a Hudson badge? This, I think, 55 maybe? Second series 55. I'm not real sure. I believe it's half ton. It's had some paint work done on it. Kind of a cool piece for our GMC fans. Check this one out. Great look, great patina. Some blue paint, some white paint, some white letters. This thing just talk about a man cave hanger. This thing kind of has the perfect character. Looks great. Some dings and dents. The back is all intact. Burt at 18. Diameter-wise, it is just under 10. Balun wire, 25. Just a great-looking cap. I believe based on that size, it's probably half ton, 55, 56 era. Let's get this thing on the timer and get rolling on it. Balun wire, 25. Burt at 28. I figured you guys would dig this thing. Big Red 30, Balun wire 35. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. This one might be interesting. Already been a ton of excitement about it, but it is just the right look. It really is. You don't see these very often. And there's the minute 30 mark. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Balin wire at 35. Just about ready to wrap it up. Balin wire at 35. A few seconds left to go. And that does it. Balin wire gets it done at 35. The Nut Farm had a 40 in there, and it was just a half a second too late. So Balin wire got her done. Nut Farm missed it by that much. Balin wire barely snuck out of here with that one. All right, we're gonna do some license plates, and then we're gonna do some very rare, very brand new, very rare and very brand new license plates. And then we're going to do those couple of Mopar cans. In 1975, Kansas actually had two different types of plates as samples. This is brand new in the envelope. It's been a long time since we did some of these. I don't have much left. We did most of them on these samples. Who remembers these? In 75, this actually was the color they used in 76. But in 75, they actually used green. So initially, I don't know if they started with this and then decided to go to the green or what, but there are two different sample plates for 1975. This is a set, one of each, both brand new. I do not have any valve covers in that big job. That's one thing I did not get ready. So, this is a pretty neat deal here. Both the same year, but completely different colors. Both brand new display pieces, sample plates, X0000, brand new. Same year, different color plates. These are pretty cool. Yeah, we'll do some. I think there's some more Chevy stuff. We'll see. Have to see as we get through here. We got a couple of killer Mopar cans. We got a grease cap coming up that is going to blow you guys away. If you thought the last grease cap was good, this next one is going to knock your socks off when it comes to grease caps, by the way. So anyway, let's get rolling on the pair. You're going to get the set together. Who knows how many of these are out there, especially with the different colors. Briggs starting us off at 20. And let's get going on these. Tweedledee 35. Waycamp 25. I got Tweedledee at 35. These things are cool. I dig them. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. It's very quiet, Tweedledee. Especially when you're sitting there with your high bid out there. Tweedledee at 35. Briggs at 40. And there's the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. Briggs at 40. We're taking away. Tweedledee at 45. We've got a few seconds left. We're going to get to 50 on these. Tweedledee at 45. We're coming down to the wire. Waycamp at 48 at the last second. You had 0 time left on that. 0 time. I was reaching up to stop the timer as it hit 2 and that popped up. There was no time left at all on that. But he got it in. You didn't, if you'd had another half second, it would have been too late. It had already been to 2:01. It was that tight. All right. Okay, I've been promising you guys. I told you I bought that big load of new old stock. I got another tub of Mopar cans. And I did get 2 of them out tonight. Don't even have the tote out of the truck. I reached in there and grabbed 2 because I told you guys I would have some for tonight for you. So we're going to do those right now. These are new old stock, still full, factory OE Mopar cans. Okay, guys? And this thing's amazing. I don't know if it's got a year on it or not. This is probably early 50s. On this Mopar crankcase detergent and rust inhibitor. Holy cow, look at that. This is new old stock 50s. Genuine Mopar accessory, late 50s. Late 50s right there. Plymouth, Dodge, DeSoto, Chrysler, Imperial, and Dodge trucks. There goes the hearts. Metal seal over here. Info on the back. Sealed on the top, sealed on the bottom. And I think both these Mopar cans are going to have a minimum on them because they're just that good. They're just knockout pieces. Tony's starting us off at 10. That ain't going to be quite enough to get there because these things are just too good. Let's see what it says on the back. Just basic instructions on pouring it into the crankcase. Pete, 40. Well, that's pretty much about where I figured these needed to be. So guess that answers that question. Pete at 40. Let me give you the dimensions on this real quick. 5 1/4 by 3. So it's 5 1/4 tall, 3 across. Pete at 40. Let's get it on the timer because I figured it had to be about 40 or 45 bucks. So we're that close. We're going to let her go. Pete at 40. We're going to have to pay to get this stuff. They need to bring about $2,000 a piece, but I hope I got some good parts in these other tubs. That's all I can say. We're on the timer. Pete at 40. With that forward look badge there, I'm going to say this is 57, 58, 59 era. So 65-year-old can in this condition. Knockout piece. Definitely would stand out in any can collection sitting on your shelf. Just past the 1 minute mark. Just under 1 minute left to go. Pete at 40. Minute 30 gone. 30 seconds left to go. Pete at 40. Coming out of the wire. And that did it. Pete at 40. Okay, we'll do the other Mopar can now. And I think this needs to be probably about the same thing. This from 1972. I can't believe it held either, Pete. I really can't. This one is dated 1972, red, white, and blue Mopar engine oil supplement. And once again, just a stunning can. Beautiful can. Still full. There again, I'll drain it if I ship it. If you're going in, if you pick your stuff up, or we meet somewhere when we're going to the same place, I will not drain it. But this thing is just, the colors are amazing on this Mopar engine oil supplement. This can 52, almost 53 years old, and check out the colors on this thing. Look at that. The year is right here. If you guys can see it, 1972. If you can make it, I don't know if we got too much glare or what. We can get it to where you can see it. But it is dated 1972 on this Mopar engine oil supplement quart. It even still has, you can't really make it out, but it's got a Mopar part sticker on it as well. Twilly D at 25. Not quite there on this one. We'll do this one at, if somebody starts it at 35, we'll go with it. If not, I'll put it back in my box. Nut Farm at 30. We're getting there. If we do a 35 on it, we'll go ahead and roll with it, because this thing is just too good. I don't know if there's a shelf life on it or not. I mean, obviously it's an oil and it's been sealed the entire time. Pete, 40. Pete's still hanging in there for this 40. Nut Farm had the 35, but Pete already threw the 40 out there. We'll roll with it. It's just an amazing can. Shake it up. Yep. Maybe it'll still be good. These OE cans are so much harder to find. You know, the Phillips 66, there may have been a couple of Phillips 66 stations in every town. And just about every town had one or two or multiple gas stations. Typically, you would only have one Chrysler dealer, or maybe a Chrysler Plymouth and then a Dodge truck, but not near as common as the gas and oil stuff are on the OE cans. So we got Pete at 40 on this one. And you guys want to see the killer grease cap next, or do you want to do something different? This grease cap's pretty amazing. But we got regular caps, toys, whatever you guys think. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. I'm assuming that's for the grease cap, Nut Farm. You know, I forgot horn buttons tonight. Sell it all. You got about 17 years, big job. I forgot horn buttons tonight, Kevin. As I sat down, I realized that. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. I've got one more enamel badge. I did not get much ready for emblems tonight either. I didn't get back from Meekum until about 2 today. Coming down to the wire, a few seconds left. Pete at 40 on this one as well. And he's going to take that one too. Okay, guys, are you ready for this? Kevin had a 42 in there and it was too late. Okay, guys, this grease cap here is something special. I have it. Nut Farm's getting a little worked up here. We better have a Hudson badge. We're having a Hudson and an Auburn badge before we do this one. Gray Kitty, what are you doing? Hello, Gray Kitty. Big badge. Austin wants the big badge. Here we go. Boom. There it is. The big badge. Big badge in honor of Pete. Well, that was interesting, but I got a feeling this might get a little bit more interesting. This is a little bit rougher, but that's because I've got the better one. Not one you see very often. It does actually have kind of a good look. In fact, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. This thing's actually been laying here for a while. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Wipe it down here, spiff it up. Ain't doing much for it because it's got some wear on it, but Glenn's bidding 10 on it and hasn't even seen it. I don't think you have too much to worry about, Glenn. All right. Without further ado, a grease cap for 20. You're still more than fine. Nut Farm 50. And I don't know that that's going to do it, Nut Farm. And I'm not kidding you. Here we go. Here it is. Without further ado, an original grease cap for a Pierce Arrow. This is actually not an aluminum grease cap. This is a metal one. It is internal thread. This is fairly heavy. This was a plated metal piece off of a Pierce Arrow. Across the hex on this one, it's 2 1/4 across the hex. Across the back, it's about 3 3/8. Nut Farm at 100. Nut Farm is not even taking a chance of somebody trying to knock him out. And I don't blame him. These things are, when do you see these? I told you guys the Auburn grease cap was good, and I told you we had a better one. As crazy as that sounds. Let's see if what's going to happen. We're on the timer. We're rolling away, but Alec had a 35 over here, but that didn't last long either. Nut Farm at 100. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. We'll see if Randall delivered a knockout blow. It is cool. It's amazing. It's a beautiful piece. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Nut Farm at 100. Swinging for the fences. Coming out of the wire, about ready to wrap it up. And that did it. Nut Farm got serious about that project, and nobody even tried to challenge him. But I mean, hey, put that in your man cave. People walk up and like, holy cow, yeah. Real deal there. Okay, what do we want to do next? Let's see here. Got a badge here, got a cap here, got a plate here. Let's do this plate. I got this plate in my hand. Kind of an interesting one. Probably not extremely rare, but something that's I think is kind of cool. Don't see them very often, especially in my neck of the worlds. And it's a low digit number from an extremely heavily populated state. 1957, the Empire State of New York, HW33, 2-digit plate. Some paint loss on this side. Appears to be probably black with yellow letters. I don't think it was a dark blue. No, it's pretty much black on the back. Good looking plate. This one is, let me grab my tape. It's fairly close to a common size plate like we're used to. And it is, yes, 12 by 6 on this 1957 Empire State New York license plate. So let's go ahead and get this one rolling on the 57 New York, 2-digit HW and then numbers 33. Actually, I got an IHC piece coming up now. Somebody asked about IHC. Got an IHC piece next. Briggs at 10 on the New York plate. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. Mark 11. Just past 1 minute, 1 minute left to go. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. I think what I'm thinking, Big Job. We're going to find out here in just a bit. Briggs, 12. And that was it. Weston with a 13 at 2:01. Briggs at 12. All right, up next, a piece for our IHC fans. This is a good-looking cap. I really like this one. There again, great patina, great look. If you touched up the red, it would absolutely pop hanging on your wall. This is a 40s era up into the 50s. They use this cap from the K series in the 40s all the way up through the L's and the R's in the 50s. On this, and I think it's a half ton as well. But check out the look on this international cap. This was a painted cap originally. It was not chrome. There is a little bit of red here in the triple diamond yet. So you took a toothpick and touched up some of this red and then just hung this thing on your wall. Absolutely amazing. Big Red at 20 starting us off. It's got scrape right here. These did come in painted or chrome. Back is all still intact on it. 10 inches in diameter as well. This is all stamped in it. If we look on the back, we can see, we can get the light right, where that stamping is. You can see that stamping is actually in the cap. On to the international hubcap. Big Red starting us off at 20. Let's get this thing on the timer and get going. Balin wire, 30. We're going to wait towards the 1 minute mark. And there it is. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Big Red, 35. You might be right, Big Job. And there's the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. Big Red at 35. We're ticking away and coming down to the end. Big Red at 35. Allen at 40. And that gets it done. Allen at 40. Allen snuck in there at the last few seconds. Kenny had a 41 in there. Big Red had a 41. But Allen at 40 is who was there at the 2-minute mark. All right, how about another enamel badge? Everybody want to do another enamel badge? I got one more. We can do it yet tonight. And then we'll see what we want to do, where we're at. I'm not sure what year this one is. I ought to look and see real quick. I'm going to jump over to one of our favorite pages, American Auto Emblems. We have not talked about that here as of late, but I'm going to check this real quick because this site works so good. It doesn't take long to come up with a year on this particular piece that we are looking at. This one used from 1926 to 1928, the way it looks, according to our friends at American Auto Emblems. 1926 to 1928 Nash enamel radiator badge. This one is not really that chipped up. Has kind of a brass or goldish tint to the perimeter and the letters. This one was a press mount, not stud. We can see where the letters were actually stamped into the piece of metal prior to the enameling process of the black being inlaid around it. Nut Farm at 30. Two and a quarter by 1 3/4 inches. Yeah, no kidding. We could use her tonight. 1926 to 1928 era, like 25, like 24, 25 is a similar badge, only this was more silver instead of brassy colored. Nut Farm starting us off at 30. Let's get this thing on the timer and get going. Yeah, it's a great looking piece, VW, for sure. Alec, 32. Working our way towards the 1 minute mark. I've got Alec at 32. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Almost to that minute 30 mark. Alec at 32. Minute 30 gone. 30 seconds left. Alec at 32 on the enamel Nash badge. I don't think you would have fit the bill, Pete. Tweedledee, 40. Come down to the wire. I've got Tweedledee at 40. Nut Farm at 38. Tweedledee's already got that 40 in there. Tony, 41. And that did it. Pete had 41. Tony's 41 came in at 200. Pete's 41 came in at 201. Tony at 41. Nut Farm had a 43. But Tony at 41 is who we had when the timer said 200. I thought Tweedledee had that one. Okay, we want to catch a couple more pieces yet tonight, guys, or what do we want to do? I got plenty here. I just got to gather up a bit more of it. Alec had a 41 over there as well, and it didn't make it. So, man, Tony had a 41, I guess. Yeah, there's 3 shots of 41. Tony's the only one I saw by 200, and then a 43. So, we'll squeeze a few more things in, grab about 20 more. I don't think you guys want to go quite that long. Let me grab a few more pieces here and see what we can do. When did you send that, Mark? Because I don't remember seeing any checks, but that's the problem. That stuff lays out there and sometimes lays out there for several days. So did you send that like within the last week, like I should be watching for it this week? You're right, Alec. That was a great piece. So yeah, not sure when you sent that, Mark. If it was recent, I'll be watching for it. If it was a while back, if it got here, it never got to me. Not in recent, not like within the last couple weeks or anything. So I've got another cap, another license plate, another toy. That'll take us to about 25 pieces tonight and about where we want to be typically on time. So let's knock these out. Oh yeah, I'm sure it never got to me. That's why I always tell everybody never send anything to the yard. Because I don't remember it in recent history. Was it stuff that I never shipped you? Is that what it was? Because if that's the case, I didn't get it. And actually, we better go through it, Mark. If it's that old, that stuff's probably already all been resold. Because after I just cleaned out the October box, everything from October that didn't sell, I pulled out, a couple weeks ago. So let's catch a few more pieces I got laying here and then see where we're at on time. Let's catch another cute little cap. Chevrolet piece. I think it's maybe Corvair, but maybe Chevy too. I don't know. It's kind of a cute little booger. I don't think we've ever done one. It looks great. It's got a few dings in it, but it's a good looking piece. Awesome, Kenny. Perfect. Check out this one. Looks like a small car. I'm guessing Corvair, possibly Chevy too. A lot of detail in this cap. All these serrations, the little Chevy emblem and the triangle, the circles around here, this is all stamped in this cap. When we look at the back of this thing, look at all the detail that is stamped in this thing. Matt, 10. Condition is obviously great. Look at the shine on this thing. It's got a few dings and dents up here. It's not perfect by any means, but it's not a very common one. I don't think we've ever had one on here. Let me give you a dimension on it here. About 9.5 on this particular Chevy cap. So, Matt started us off at 10. Let's go ahead and get this one on the timer on the cool little Chevy cap. Is that what it is, Matt? Is it Corvair? Is that what you think it is? That's what I'm guessing, but just not something you see very often. Matt at 10. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. $62.65 Corvair. I knew it was too early to be Vega. That's why I figured it was Corvair or maybe Chevy too. Michael Gagola's here with us on Facebook. As we're coming up on the minute 30 mark, minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Matt at 10. Kevin, 22. Just about ready to wrap it up. Matt, 25. And that'll do it. Matt got it in. I got that 25 in just in time and got it done. Do they have a hubcap registry like they have badges and emblems? Not that I have found. However, the best place to go for hubcap information, Hubcap Robert, my good buddy, he's hung out with us on here before. He's done some Toy Tuesday stuff. Hubcap Collectors of the U.S. on Facebook. It is a private Facebook page run by Robert. You do have to, try to ask to be invited or accepted into it. But there is a wealth of knowledge on hubcaps on that Hubcap Collectors of the U.S. Facebook page. So if you're interested in it, that would be a good source for that type of stuff. So a couple more pieces yet tonight. Then we'll probably get ready to wind this thing up. I know a lot of you guys need to get to bed. You got work tomorrow. We'll do a plate and one more toy, and then we'll see where we're at. But then we're getting pretty close to the end. This is kind of an odd one. I believe this is a rerun as well. It's been laying back here in the box for 2 or 3 weeks, but I think this is an old rerun, which means you guys get another shot at it because it's a really cool plate. And it's a really odd plate. Going up north back to our friends in Minnesota, in 1931, they had a really odd-sized plate. This is original paint from 1931. And it looks great. Black, white letters. Back side looks good. But kind of a weird-sized plate. It's about 10 1/4 by 4 1/2. So about the same width as the narrower plates, but those other ones are 14 inches. This is 10 1/2. Almost looks like a motorcycle plate, but it's a little bit larger than a motorcycle plate. This one does have a couple of extra holes in it that have been drilled in it. But overall, considering this plate is 93, almost 94 years old, quite a piece. Great looking plate, original paint, 90 plus years old. This type of stuff, they just don't pop up very often. So let's go ahead and sell this plate, sell one more toy. Nut Farm at 20. And then we'll see what's going on. We are on the timer. This is a killer toy. I'm not going to show it to you yet, but I'm going to admire it for a few minutes before I sell it to one of you. I don't remember what Robert's got on there as far as getting in because he added me to it as soon as he built it. So, but I do know it is a private group. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Nut Farm at 20. Coming up on the minute 30 mark. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. About ready to wrap this one up. One bid going to do it for Nut Farm? No, Matt, 22. And that did it. Matt snuck that 22 in there and got it done. That's a cool plate. I really like that one. All right, let's do one more toy, and we may be ready to start winding things down. I know a lot of you guys got to get to bed. Great looking piece. We're going to wrap up on a high note tonight when it comes to toys. Not a super high dollar piece, but just an amazing piece. Original paint, Art Deco styling. Not a big toy. It is a little over 7, about 7 1/4 long on this killer Tootsie toy. I think it's a Tootsie Toy. I better double check and see. No, it's not. It's a Metal Masters. Not a Tootsie Toy. It is a Metal Masters Art Deco 30s era toy bus. Look at this thing. This thing will knock your socks off. Look at the Art Deco styling. Original paint, even though some of it is worn off. Original tires, original axles. Similar to a Tootsie style vehicle, but it is, Steve's here. Metal Masters toy bus. This thing is knockout. So where's our toy guys at? Who's going to get us rolling on this bus? 30s era, I'm guessing, based on the styling and the design of the toy. Tweedledee at 10. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling on the timer. Glenn 15, Nut Farm 15. I figured Glenn would be on this. I can see this sitting on Glenn's desk. Absolutely. Mark 16. Tweedledee 20. I love the way the fenders flow on this thing. The windshield rakes back. The Art Deco pontoon style fenders. Glenn 25. The grill. I mean, everything about this bus is good. Glenn at 25. As we hit the minute mark, minute left to go. Nut Farm 27. Yep, along with the blue one. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Last piece of the night. Nut Farm at 27 on this killer toy bus. Glenn 30. Coming out of the wire with a few seconds left to go. Glenn at 30. And that did it. Glenn at 30. Just a great piece. Love that thing. Mark had a 31 in there and it was too late. All right. Wow. What a night, guys. Everybody needs a Hudson badge after that. That was a ton of fun. I had a blast with you guys tonight. Thanks for participating in that. Can't wait to get this stuff sent out to you guys to add to your collections. I think we had a lot of fun. We still got a lot of great stuff coming up. Didn't even get through the whole stack of caps I had for tonight. Awesome, Austin. Sounds great. And, yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to all the winners. It was a ton of fun tonight. Not completely as ready as I should have been, just getting back from Mecum, but I knew that was going to happen. Unfortunately, we didn't have any issues. Fortunately, my tires held in all the way back because that one was – I had a heck of a vibration when I got back to town. So I know I'm 90% sure I got at least one tire coming apart. But we made her back to town. The car's in the shop. So fortunately, that gave me enough time to at least get most of the stuff ready for tonight. This week, what's coming up? I will be back, I think, on a normal schedule. Got to get regrouped a little bit in the morning. I left here at 7 o'clock last Tuesday morning, and I did not get back here till just before 2 this afternoon. So that's obviously got me held up a little bit. So email address, it depends on what you need to send me, Mark. But that is almost a guaranteed way to not get a hold of me. So there's email addresses for the show. I've got Yahoo accounts. I've got the Google accounts. So it depends on what you need to send me and how important it is as to what one we can use. I've got the email address for PayPal posted in the description part of the video for PayPal. I typically check those Gmail accounts about once a week. So it depends on what you need to send me, Mark, because unless I know something's coming in email, I don't look at it. It's just like people that send me messages on Facebook. If somebody calls and says, hey, I'm sending you something on Facebook, I'll look at it. Otherwise, I check it every week or 2 or 3 or something like that. So that's just kind of the way I have to. There's just too much different stuff going on depending on what you need to get a hold of me about. Hudson badge. There again, if you're going to send it to PayPal, that information is in the description part of the video. I believe that's the Nobody Else's Auto at Gmail account is the one that's on PayPal. But anyway, what's coming up? Tuesday, I'll be here, so we'll do Toy Tuesday normally. I will get some more content shot and coming up. I got obviously tons of new inventory has been coming in the last few weeks. I've got one that's already shot and in the can. I've got all the Mecum stuff to work on. So we'll get some of that stuff put out, be on a somewhat normal schedule here for the upcoming for a few weeks. Thumbs up. Appreciate that, Kenny. And like I said, I'll start getting this stuff sorted out, marked, get anything that's coming PayPal. I'll get it printed out in the morning and start getting this stuff packaged and getting this stuff headed your way. Because we all know that we all bought all this stuff for gifts for people tonight, right? Yeah. Everybody's filling your own stockings, but hey, that's okay. I do the same thing and have a ton of fun doing it. So Toy birthday on Toy Tuesday. Is Tuesday your birthday, Tweedly D? There goes the hearts and the fireworks. That's awesome. So we'll be on a somewhat normal schedule this week, and we definitely all hope to see you here right back here next week for some more Sunday Night Live chat. We're going to get the raffle back on board, giving away these killer toys. Like I said, sponsored in part this month by Rangeline Antique Mall, Joplin, Missouri. If you guys ever get through that area, it is always worth checking out, as well as checking out the video that we did there. Austin will be 26 tomorrow. Wow. Tweedly D will be 60 on Tuesday. You could do that, Matt. See if it brings back some good memories for her. Anyway, guys, I know it's getting late. It's after 10 here. That puts it after 11 for you guys out east. And I know we need to get wrapped up. So I appreciate you guys coming by tonight, hanging out with us. All the participation in the auction tonight. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the pieces that I had rounded up for tonight. What are you doing back there, Cat? What are you doing over there? That's my computer bag. Yes, I put my computer bag there. What are you staring at? So, anyway, yep, happy birthday to all of our birthday guys this week. I'm going to wrap things up, let you guys get going. Kevin kind of remembers 26. Still am 26 right here. Still 26 right there. $90 worth of extension cords for Christmas. That's a useful gift, Big Job. It's a lot better than buying people junk that they don't need. So, anyway, thanks for being here tonight, guys. It was a great time. A lot of cool stuff tonight. We'll be back on a normal schedule next week with the magazines and some badges and emblems and things like that. So, keep that in mind. We'll get some of this new content out. Awesome Nut Farm. Appreciate that. And see some of you Tuesday night. If we don't see you Tuesday night, definitely hope to see you right back here, 7:30 next Sunday. Same bat time, same bat station for some more Sunday Night Live chat. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week.